Chimneys come in all sorts of shapes and sizes, whether it's a simple practical way of providing a flue to your log burning stove or a beautiful ornate brick feature topping off your roof. All chimneys need looking after. Having your chimney pot swept is important not only to ensure your chimney stays in good condition, but also for your safety. How often you should do this depends on what you're burning and how often. If you burn wood or coal, it's recommended you get your flue swept at least twice a year, and fires that burn smokeless fuels or gas require sweeping at least once a year. If you use a fireplace often, we recommend more regular sweeping accordingly. This prevents a build-up of soot and other chemicals on the inside of the flue, reducing the risk of a variety of issues from occurring, in the worst instances, chimney fires, which we still see around 2,100 of these across England each year alone. The best time to get your flue swept is before the heating season, typically around September, making sure your flue is clean and no blockages have occurred from decaying brickwork or other blockages such as birds' nests. Appliances serving chimneys also need regular servicing, including wood-burning stoves, and any appliance should be serviced and checked annually to make sure it is in good condition and continues to provide good combustion, an essential matter, as poor combustion can, in some instances, be a cause of the build-up of carbon monoxide. On that note, we always recommend any sources of ignition, from your gas boiler to your fireplace, have a suitably placed carbon monoxide alarm, and this is checked regularly, ideally once a month, as the effects of carbon monoxide can be fatal. Chimneys also need to be maintained externally, and their exposed position means that they can be affected by weather at a faster rate than the rest of the bricks outside your home. The essential parts to check are the flashing, where the chimney meets the roof coverings or other parts of the structure. The pointing, as weathered and decay pointing can allow moisture to penetrate through to the flue, and in severe cases cause your chimney to start leaning, which can ultimately lead to collapse, damaging the surrounding area or cause serious injury. The bricks are also important, as over time they can become damaged and weathered, another potential source of water ingress. At the top of the chimney, older chimney pots may not have any form of capping, which may allow rain to enter the chimney, and this also puts the chimney at a much higher risk of birds blocking the flue with nests or becoming trapped inside. Installing a cap to a chimney is relatively simple and helps protect against a variety of issues. Finally, the other main area is the flaunching, the mortar securing the chimney pot in place and to help keep water out. Over time, this can become cracked or damaged, allowing water into the flue, causing damp or other structural issues. Due to the position of the flaunching, this can be difficult to inspect without the use of access equipment or drones. By far, the most common issue we see in chimneys is damp, normally showing through on the chimney breast inside a property. Damp chimneys can be caused by a number of issues, not only those I've just covered, but the source of damp can come from the inside of the property or due to a history of improper care and maintenance. We quite regularly find that damp chimneys are caused by unmaintained chimney stacks or failed in inappropriate flashings, but we also find chimneys that are suffering from condensation, also referred to as interstitial condensation, where moisture in the air collects inside the flue. This can not only cause damp, but water can react with the chemicals contained in the soot and damage the surrounding bricks. This type of issue is found in chimneys that have been abandoned and no longer used, but inadequately or commonly no ventilation has been allowed for. Without ventilation, there is no air movement that would otherwise help the moisture to escape, preventing damp from occurring. Also in older properties, damp can occur due to the buildup of salts deposited by smoke repeatedly passing through the chimney. Often when a chimney would have been in frequent use, these salts will attract water, and even if the ventilation has been improved, the issue mitigated, this can continue to provide false positives on an electronic damp meter. Ultimately, if a chimney is now being used, it should always be ventilated by adding vents either internally where the fireplace has been covered, or where possible adding air bricks on the external flue to allow the air to ventilate through the entire height of the chimney. In some instances, the best option may be considering removing the entire chimney stack down to a level below the roof coverings. This is a surefire solution to remove the defective chimney or the potential for any future issues if the chimney is never going to be used again in the future. As the cause of chimney defects can be caused by such a wide range of issues, we recommend that you ask an experienced surveyor to inspect and diagnose the issue, as tradesmen and contractors can commonly over-focus on their particular area of work or expertise, potentially leaving the actual underlying cause of the problem unaddressed. Lastly, the other important matter is to consider when chimney breasts are shared with neighbouring properties. Repair works may, and removal will always, require notification to the adjoining property under the Party Wall Act. My colleague Faye has a dedicated video on just this topic you can find on our channel. If you have any questions or would like to know how Harris & Clarke could assist you, please feel free to contact our friendly team on 02381 550051 and we would be delighted to help however we can.